for those of you that take a look at, I don't know how many episodes before this it'll be, but a couple guest interviews before this earlier this year. So we talked to Ivan Flores. You don't know Ivan Flores, but anyway, he's a little older than me. We're kind of dating ourselves, but this was before social media and all of this. So when he trained, and he was a fighter, when he trained, he said that you truly had to enjoy the process. Like, you don't need anyone watching you. You don't need to post this or anything. Yeah. And it's kind of that same thing, like intrinsic motivation. Like, you just truly enjoy. Today, I could do this better than yesterday. Like, that simple thing. Like,
no, that stuff frustrates me. It does. Yeah. I don't know if I want. You can go. I'm sorry to interrupt you. No, you can. I mean, Joe Burrow just said it. Like the Super Bowl, right? They're like, one thing to tell like younger athletes, like, don't worry about social media. Basically, don't worry about social media. Work hard behind closed doors and make it show on the field. And that's basically all it is. You know, you go see like people posting workout videos and like off-season videos, and like, and it's hard because like people like, oh, like they're working hard, like that's good, you know, but that's not how life reality works. It doesn't, like, all the hard work is not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Sometimes it's not even worth posting on social media because you're just dying on the field and like you're just dead. And you're not even gonna post that. Like it's just, you're not gonna win a Super Bowl by like crushing this workout and not sweating. You know, like it's just so I don't know, it's tough and it's frustrating because I've definitely played with people, you know, and even if they're like better than me too, it's frustrating to see someone so obsessed with that. And you know, it's okay to like gain followers, but like,
I think it's different. The interesting thing with that too, because I agree with you. I'm one that, you know, no one needs to see what you're doing. Like, you just do it for yourself, and it's gonna show eventually. Like,
people should only see the outcome.
But it's interesting with social media too, because he also brought up a different point that it's kind of foreign to all of us. But I think we're gonna see athletes too that maybe that's it's not their intrinsic motivation, but that's their external motivation that actually pushes them further than what they would do. But at the same time, you still need to do things when no one's looking. I think that's the common denominator right there, is to make sure that you're putting in the work. Because I laugh because a lot of things, you see what I do with rehab. What I do with rehab, it's not, majority of it is not flashy. It's like, if you posted that, people would be like, what is this doing? But it's making it's like the most effective way to help you to get to your goal.
I mean, it's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger doing a bench press. Like, okay, I want to be like that guy, right?
And
like,
it's like, do that every day either. So there's so many things, like, you know, just think about that. I think for any athlete, no matter what your driving force is, it's like, you're going to have to put in a lot of work behind closed doors when no one's watching you. And it's about doing the right things consistently over and over when no one is watching you. And then the second thing about that too is when you see all of these great performances from these athletes, I guarantee you that's not the first time that they're doing it.
Oh, no.
And that's the thing. It's like they put in so many hours of practice, like you mentioned before. And that's why they can actually do that consistently and perform at that level, right? It's not like, oh, I just rolled out of bed and then magically I did this for the first time.
He's just athletically gifted. He can hit like Russell Wilson can just walk out of bed and just like throw the best in that skills game, right? He can just hit all those hoops. Like, he's just so athletic. Like, no, that's not how it works. And then even like if you're externally motivated, like the sad part is everyone's externally motivated when they grow up. Like you start with your parents' approval, you start with others' approval, and like that's why you get into sports or something, right? Like that's how it starts. And then you get social media, but like say you don't get so many likes on a video, is that gonna unmotivate you to like work out? That's now? True. You know, like is that gonna dictate your work ethic? Likes? So like, you got to be internally motivated.
That I completely agree. Because external motivation is going to run out at some point in time.
It does run out.
And then that's where you're really going to know what you're made of by how intrinsically motivated you are.
We can get into it too. Like, internal motivation runs out as well. Like, it's always like middle of the season. It's like, oh my God, this season feels so long. And like, do I really want to go to 6 a.m. weights right now?
And losing will make it even amplified and worse.
Losing sucks, But like, everyone's different. I always had like motivation videos on YouTube, like some Nike ads that I loved. And like that just like picked me up. Like my favorite one was like Rise and Shine Nike ad. Like it's just so simple, and like it just works for me. So like finding something that works for you when you're like just like, I don't want to work out today kind of thing, right? I would say that as like my alarm. So it's tough though. It's tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
That's super good too. And that's something that even for myself, I've been trying to do that more and more lately. I think that's maybe one of the good features, that you can save certain things on social media or whatever, or YouTube. But yeah, I'm encouraging my athletes to do that too. Like find these little snippets to just flip that switch, get you motivated. If it's a rough day, kind of talking about what we did before, right? Don't let the external things that happen in your day affect your workout or your practice, or you know, even worse, your game, right? So having those little things, whether it's music, videos, quotes, I don't know, anything, right? That kind of really gets you to find that inner motivation or that drive again, so that you can perform.
Yeah, and it runs out. So I mean, you got to find something that helps you and find that out, because it does get tiring, obviously, working out 5 days a week, and it just gets exhausting. Going to work in general gets exhausting. So finding your motivation, like wondering, like knowing why you're doing this, like giving yourself, like find that purpose. Like I didn't need to go and work out like 5 days a week and play volleyball to have a happy life, but like, why am I doing it? I love it, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And something, I just remembered what I forgot earlier, like even with Chris McLaughlin, just like before games, he talked about like filling yourself up with like 3 different levels. It'd be like your physical level, your mental level, and then always like emotional level. And people never talk about emotional level. Like making sure you're at your, this is all like peak performance stuff. So making sure you're at your physical best before a game, not too tight, not too loose, stuff like that, in shape, right? Then mentally prepared, game plan, all that stuff. But just emotionally, like, you know, you could be like best shape, but if your like girlfriend just broke up with you, you're like emotionally drained or something, like you're not going to perform your best too. So like that goes back to motivation, like having that purpose. You know, and that's not really mental, it's more emotional. Just having that sense of purpose, why you're doing this, what is your goals, stuff like that.
There's so many things, and I think that's the one common theme that I try to share on this podcast, right? Is that peak performance, there's infinite amount of variables that need to come together to actually have you perform your best, right? It doesn't matter if it's like a game in high school, right? Or if you're at the Super Bowl even, right? You need a lot of things. And then again, it's not saying that everything's going to go perfect, but you control all of the things that you can control, like we talked about. And it's so multifactorial that emotional level is huge for physical performance.